Tens of millions of Americans are wondering how they are going to be able to put food on the table after funding for SNAP food benefits, food stamps, expired. Yesterday, a court gave the Trump administration a deadline of Wednesday to put out at least partial SNAP payments. We have not yet heard from the president on his plan. Joining us now to discuss this and much more, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. Secretary Bessent, thank you so much for being here. Always a pleasure. So let's just start with the SNAP ruling, because two federal judges ruled Friday night the White House must tap into the contingency funds to partially cover SNAP benefits that expired this weekend due to the shutdown. Yesterday, the court clarified that at least a partial payment needs to be made by Wednesday. When can we expect the Trump administration to make these payments?
Well, President Trump just truthed out that he needs to hear from the courts how this is going to be done. And Jake, as you know, the best way for SNAP benefits to get paid is for five Democrats to cross the aisle and reopen the government.
Right, but there is this contingency fund, and as recently as September 30th, the Agricultural Department had a memo saying that these funds, the contingency funds, I think it's about $5 or $6 billion, could be used to pay these benefits. Now, it would only be 2 or 3 weeks, but that's a lot for people who need the food.
Well, President Trump just, as I said, President Trump just truthed out that he's very anxious to get this done, and it's got to go through the courts. The courts keep jamming up things. Democrats are in the middle of a civil war, and they should just open the government. That is the easiest way to do this.
Is the administration going to appeal the ruling by the judge? Is that what you mean by the courts need to weigh in? Because the courts have weighed in.
No, but there's a process that has to be followed, so we got to figure out what the process is. President Trump wants to make sure that people get their food benefits.
So it could be done by Wednesday?
Could be.
Okay.
Could be. And 5 Democratic senators could cross the aisle and open the government by Wednesday.
Let's turn to trade.